isn't it strange how the exact same event can be seen by people with their own eyes and ears and come to two completely different conclusions? So I'm talking about Trump in the Oval Office yesterday with his Vice President Vance and the dressing down of this stupid little jumped up cry bully Zelensky. And for me, I loved it. I got some serious Schadenfreude seeing that little twerp get put in his place. And obviously, he's been put in that place by the cabal, deep state, mostly American, but to be honest with you, it's the Anglosphere, it's West, it's Europe, it's the EU, it's NATO, it's all the warmongers driven by the corporations that love war. War is good. That is business, and then they get to rebuild afterwards. So I was just in the supermarket at the till, and there was the newspapers. Now I haven't bought a newspaper for, I would say, at least 25 years. And back in the day, it used to be page 3, back page, read about the football. That was it. And I really do think we need a petition to bring tits back to page 3. Although, saying that, with the current culture the way it is, they probably would be fake tits on a man, wouldn't they? Or something like that. Or some green-haired thing. Anyway, bring back really nice tits to page 3 and comments. Your views in the comments, please. But back to the story. So the front page of the Mirror, it's something like Trump's vile outburst at the poor hero Zelensky, and it's like, oh my God. So I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. I'm sure the globalists would watch that same interview and come to the same conclusion that the Mirror has done. Yet everyone else that's just seen the reality of the world and knows that this little twerp is just following orders and keeping this money laundering operation going and allowing hundreds of thousands of his fellow Ukrainians to be killed and probably many, many tens of thousands of Russian conscripts who, to be honest with you, probably didn't want to have anything to do with this war either, but people like the woke people would celebrate every time a Russian gets killed, and for me that's just weird. So the different view is quite incredible. I am glad that I have red pilled and I see this, I suppose, although it's been an awfully horrible experience and it continues to be like this. Luckily, no, there does seem to be a lot more people waking up. The trying to convince people that a man could put on a wig and a skirt and he's a woman was a huge defeat for them, and they have lost that one. They have lost it. They'll try again, but that really was a huge hammer blow to them. And now trying to convince people who see their tax going up on everything that it's a good idea to keep sending money to an unwinnable war against the country that has got an absolute ton of nukes. It's insane, really. So I think that this is another one where they lose eventually. And I think I may have this right. It's Operation Looking Glass. Now, if people shouting at me saying, "No, Winston, you're nearly right," but whatever. But this is the formula that was created, and it was no matter what happens, this cabal, they know that they lose eventually. There's nothing they can do to stop it. They can be more tyrannical, more nasty, and kill lots of people along the way, but they lose. So that's sort of my only little white pill, where with the rest of it is very, very black pilled at the moment. And I suppose just one final thing to say before I shoot off was that I was having to fill in some tax information for AdSense, the YouTube sort of earning thing. Otherwise, they tax you in America and then you get taxed here as well. It's not fair. But it had a warning to not besmirch this war, not to speak negatively about it, or I can't remember the exact wording, and it's just like, oh wow, well, you've already demonetized this channel. The only reason I had to do this form is because I make a little bit, a tiny little bit of money from Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons, my cooking channel. Go and watch that if you like. It's brilliant. Uploaded a new video yesterday, first one for ages, and yeah. So what? I'm not allowed to speak negatively about this stupid war. Am I? You should well do one. Absolutely suck my Johnson. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.